I feel it in my ass right away.
Strap it tight into your seat and take a strip with JID. Better get your ass up off your ass. Told your ass it's time to eat. Clean
Yes, we are getting into some deadlifts now. Last video was a little bit less exciting, but it may have been a little bit different than what you guys usually do. But deadlifting, I feel like, is a pretty common thing that a lot of people do. Sumo deadlifting may be a little bit more rare, but overall, most gym goers know their deadlifts, or think they know them. So we're gonna dive into the why, the how, the when, just like in the last one. I'm gonna try to keep this brief again, so there's so much to talk about with deadlifts, especially sumo deadlifts, but I don't want to get into all of it now. I just want to give you guys a base to start off with, okay? Cool. Okay, why? We are gonna load up the hips, so overloading the glutes, hamstrings, the lower back, that whole posterior chain, which just means that whole area from above your butt to your butt and just below your butt, okay? Cool. And then kind of secondary to that is whole body coordination. Lots of joints involved, lots of muscles involved. You want to get to a point where you're comfortable using all of them in the right ways at the right times. And then core stability, especially when you're using kettlebells, the way the weight is distributed between your hands, it just feels a lot more difficult than when you're using a barbell. But still, even when you're using a barbell, there's still a lot of core stability involved, because if you don't want your back to round, you're gonna be using your core. Pretty simple stuff. Moving on, that's the why. 3 simple concepts for why to do the sumo deadlift, and then when to do it. Beginning of a lower body workout. But we put it at the beginning because of what I was saying before. A lot of muscles involved, lots of joints involved, so you want to do it at a point in your workout when you still have enough energy to use all those muscles. It's fair? Cool. Now, a lot of people do it on their back day, which is fine. It does load up the muscles of the back, not as much as the legs, I feel like. So if I were to put it on a back day, I might do it after some of my more direct back workouts. Catch what I'm trying to say? So your legs can make up the difference for how tired your back is, so then it could feel a little bit better when you throw it into a back workout. And maybe you just want an extra movement for the legs if you're trying to grow the legs, because maybe on your lower body day you prioritize squats, which is a whole nother conversation. Whatever, I'm getting off topic. It's on topic, but I'm drifting from the point I'm trying to make in this video. Cool. Now, how? This is really gonna be just like all these, the how is gonna be the most difficult part to get through. So I broke it into 4 steps, 4 things that I really think are super important with deadlifting overall, but especially sumo deadlifting. So first, when you step up to the bar, the kettlebells, whatever, I want you to start off grabbing at shoulder width first, whatever you're grabbing. In this case, it's the kettlebell handles. I mean, I already know a good width for myself, so you won't see me like grab it first, but I want you to go up, grab the handles, so then you know that's your shoulder width. And since we're doing sumo, we're stepping outside of that. So after you grab at shoulder width, I want you to move your feet out to a width where your shins are pointing straight up to the ceiling. We want them erect as fuck. We want your shins erect, pointing up to the ceiling like 2 stiff buildings. Cool. And then since we're still holding on to the handles and we have our stance now, we're gonna take the slack out of our arms. So I want you to rock back and engage your pulling muscles, almost like you're trying to lift your body straight up already. We don't want noodly arms when you're there, so I want you to really prioritize taking the slack out and getting nice and taut at your arms, okay? Cool. Last step, kind of has 2 steps within it, is I want you to stand up and get behind the weight. So if it's a bar, if it's kettlebells, whatever, as you're standing up, I want you to prioritize getting your body behind it. But I want you to just try it, see how it feels, see if you feel stronger doing it, because I see too many people staying over the bar, over the kettlebells, keeping their shoulders way in front and treating it like an Olympic pull, which is cool. Different goal in mind with that movement. With this, if we're trying to prioritize weight and loading up the muscles in the right way so we can move the most amount of weight, so then our muscles experience the most amount of weight, we want to sit back with it and use our body as an anchor to kind of shimmy that weight up. I hope some of this makes sense. And hopefully the videos I'm showing, you could see some of my angles, my leverages, where I'm kind of anchoring myself into the weight and using my body as a counterbalance to shift that weight up. And there you go, you just deadlifted. So quick recap: grab at shoulder width, spread your feet until your shins are pointing up to the ceiling, take the slack out your arms, and then stand up and get behind the weight. Okay, that was as brief as I could be. Next time we're getting into some more hamstring stuff. Let me know if you have more questions. There is a lot more to dive into. I can talk about deadlifting for, an hour and still not feel like I touched on everything I could touch on. But I don't want to overcomplicate it for you either. Just test it out. Take everything I said into consideration. Watch other people's videos on how to do sumo deadlifts and take what makes the most sense to you. And then try it out. See what feels best. Okay? Cool. That's it. I'm done. Fuck this.